Solomon, good to see you. Long time.
Hello, mate. How you doing? I say you look
Good to
very
see you better.
dapper.
Oh my God, you cannot wait to hear this story.
What
It's
the?
so
So I'm
funny.
so here's what I've been told. You're at the hospital, and let me lower my voice. You're at the hospital and you stab two women.
Right.
Police try and remove you. One of those women then comes up and tries to confront you. The officer pushes them away, and the end result is she stabs you. Not the officer, the woman.
There's a lot more to it.
Okay, good. Right, let me get my notebook out, mate, and you tell me what happened.
All right, Solomon. So I'm entering into the hospital, right? There was an incident prior where there was like a car accident with him, but I don't think it led to what happened here. I don't think it's even relevant. I just included my initial statement, but it's not relevant. 1 second.
Do you need food or anything?
Anyway, sorry, just clear my throat. As I was saying, I was going to the hospital because of the car accident, and I saw one of the ladies that I recognized earlier, but I didn't really say very much. Just I heard them talking, and I walked by them, and I heard the words like, "Look at this old person" or whatever like this. And then I turned around, I'm like, "What? What did you say?" And she's like, "Oh, I was talking to my grandma, you old man." And I was like, "What the did you just say?" And then she called me like pediatric. Yeah, you pediatric like old man or some shit like that. Get out of here. And I was like, "Oh, okay, you're right." And so I started walking down the hallway more, and then the person with the skirt, I don't know her name yet, but I'm sure the officers will know her name, punched me in the back of the head. And I was like, "What the?" So I freaked out. Right, I was supposed to. I have a knife on me. I freaked out. I didn't even think about pulling the knife out. I punched her back, and I realized, oh wait, I have a knife. I can defend myself right there. And this G6 person, there was another girl, right, with pink hair, with G6 outfit. She joined in. She also punched me, and I pulled the knife out and I stabbed both of them. There was the third person there, who was the old lady who was literally their grandma. It's like family member of theirs, and she said it was. Uh, so that's what happened. Our officers arrived immediately on scene. Like they saw me stabbing the last person, and I didn't do anything. I just put my hands up. I said, "Hey, all right, that's fine. Put me in cuffs." I complied. I didn't do anything like out of pocket. I went to get treatment. I got the medical report. Multiple broken bones, broken ribs, broken leg, injured in the face, injured everywhere, because obviously I was attacked by both of them. And I was worried for my life. Right, the entire time I was just concerned for my life because I was getting attacked by multiple people. So when I got the medical report, I was exiting with two officers, the blonde officer back there, and the both blonde officers back there, and we were exiting out the back of the hospital, and we ran into the same lady with the skirt, and she's like, "Can we talk? Can I talk to you?" And I was like, Sure, yeah, you could talk to me. I have two officers here. Surely it's fine, right? Like, surely the cops, like, I don't know, maybe detained them or searched them for weapons or anything like that because they was the primary suspect. No, that actually primary suspect was let go, and she walked up to me. Instead of saying anything, she pulled the knife out and said, uh, "You don't know who I am, you old man," and then stabbed me in the gut right in front of the officers. While I was in police custody in cuffs, uh, that they let them let all of that happen, and then as she was running away, she actually punched another officer too.
Wow. I mean, for me, mate, this is cut and dry self-defense. They haven't told me what charges they're trying to throw at you yet. The goal here is you walk out of here with an apology, and that's it.
Do you think I could sue, by the way, for like, I don't know, police negligence? Like, and I got stabbed, and also the primary suspect in the case who literally assaulted me. There's proof of that burden because I was assaulted multiple times and there was like injuries.
I think there's a window. I think due to the chaotic nature of this, I think getting that to go anywhere in court is going to be difficult. Just to give you some context, I've currently got 3 or 4 different cases I'm trying to get through, which are all civil suits against the PD.
Right.
The smaller ones are pretty much being thrown out before it gets there, just because it's the chance of proving something is slim. The chance the cases that have got legs on them are when it's officers directly doing something that has resulted in someone being seriously fucking hurt.
But what about the second one? That second one where I was in police custody.
Yeah, so I wanna get their statement on that, because if you're in custody in cuffs and someone who was already involved in a violent scene with you comes over to you and the police fail to stop them from essentially attempting to murder you, then that is a problem.
Yeah, that's the case that I'm actually more pressed about. And also, I want to say it straight out because, yes, I was in cuffs. Yes, I was like, okay, I can talk to her. But once again, I am still detained. So,
So you,
technically
so
speaking,
just to double check, you were in cuffs when you got stabbed.
yes,
Okay, good. Good. Well, that's not good, obviously, but I mean, for the purposes
yes,
of trying to get you out of here without any charges,
yes.
you know, in brackets, good.
I mean, and just say it straight out, like, yes, I did say it's okay to talk, but once again, I am in police custody, and at that point, it is their responsibility for my protection. You know, I literally talked to Aziz about it, and he's like, yeah, that actually is true.
Yeah, well, more to the point, you saying I'm all right to talk is a little bit different from I'm all right to talk to I'm all right for someone to pull a knife in a position like you're defenseless. The minute
I'm
you've
completely
got
defenseless.
cuffs on you, you are under the protection of the LSPD. Anything
That's
happens
right.
to you, that's on them.
Exactly.
Right, leave it with me. I'm going to go find out what they're actually going to try and charge you with. And my goal right now, regardless of any desire for a civil suit, the goal right now today is to get you to walk out of here without any charges whatsoever, okay?
Yeah, this is kind of crazy that they're even pressing. And she said the reason I'm here right now is because she saw me stab the second person. Well, I mean, yes, but in self-defense, I didn't try to run away. Didn't try to do anything. You know,
No, I mean, you've cooperated, which I
I've
imagine
cooperated this whole
should
time.
also help, given the fact that while trying to flee the scene, one of them punched a cop.
And she literally threatened me multiple times in front of the officer.
Perfect. There we go. Right, mate. Leave it
Oh,
with me, mate.
I didn't even say that before.
Ooh.
She walked up to the room with me and the officer and said, "I'm going to come after you. Like I'm going to find you. You don't know who you fuck."
Do you have any idea who it is? Or no?
They will give you the statement. I don't know their names, but it was like this
Okay.
girl with like I don't even know their names.
Okay, well, I'll find out.
Yeah.
You know, just in case you want to know for future reference. Wink, wink.
My man. Thank
There you go.
Appreciate
You're all
it.
good. Right, 1 second. All right, officers.
Yeah. Come. All right. So he was looking at 2 times assault with a deadly.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on?
So have you spoken to him at all about his run version of events?
Yeah, he told me he was punched in the back of the head by
Punched in the
one
back
of
of the
them, and
head?
that's why he pulled his knife.
Right. So spoken to him at length. He walked past 2 individuals. I'm guessing 2 of the women, you know, who were involved in the scene. Overheard them saying something derogatory. He paused, commented.
Mhm.
They doubled down. Fair enough. He removed himself, walked away, got punched in the back of the head, at which point he reacted naturally and threw a punch back. The second individual then started punching him as well as the first. At that point, feeling that he had no option to remove himself or defend himself any further than he was already trying against 2 people, he pulled a knife to defend himself with. At that point, that knife was used. If you look at the medical report, which he got from in the hospital, you will see that he had extensive bruising and broken bones from the assault by the 2 people that assaulted him. And of course, as you know, once police arrived, he cooperated. He was put in cuffs. While in cuffs, he was then assaulted a second time, stabbed, in fact. And I'm also believe one of the women also assaulted an officer while trying to flee. Is that correct?
Yes.
Right. And they also made continued threats against his person after he was in cuffs as well.
And to be fair, when I did come around the corner to him stabbing them, he attempted to like run away, but then he quickly gave up. And I don't think it's because I don't know if it's because he wanted to. I don't know. I'm not in his head, but he did have a broken leg and broken ribs, which is why he was at the hospital, right? So it's not that he could really run to begin with.
Yeah. And that also corroborates the fact that he's got 2 people jumping him. He's got a broken leg. He can't remove himself. So his options are potentially get beaten to death.
He was in a car accident before he got to the hospital, though, as well.
Right. So
but we don't know what caused those injuries necessarily. The bruising on the face, yeah, probably could have been being punched in the face.
I mean, I don't think anyone's arguing that he got punched.
Right.
So if he's unable to remove himself from being assaulted by 2 individuals, his options become incredibly limited. Either get the shit kicked out of you, and let's be honest, we all know one wrong punch and you're possibly dead. So he's done everything he can to remove himself from the situation by physically trying to remove himself. They forced themselves upon him, removing his ability to remove himself from the scenario. At that point, he has done what he believed he could only do to defend himself. I don't understand how, with all of that, plus what happened afterwards with him being stabbed in custody, the violent threats they made against him after the fact they assaulted a police officer while he's cooperating. Mm-hmm. This to me paints a picture that he's innocent and was just defending himself.
And I was discussing bringing it down to assault and battery, right, from the felony assault with a deadly. What do you guys think about that?
Honestly, I'm really going to push, and you've worked with me before. You know that I
Mhm.
only push if I think I've got genuine grounds to. He is
Yeah.
the victim here. I do not see how you guys can try and put some kind of charge on him for trying to defend himself.
All right. Well, let me talk to Cassidy for a minute.
No,
Okay.
no, no worries, no worries.
And I just noticed too.
Okay, so
Any person gets?
no. So they're already talking about reducing everything away from a felony. I've stood my ground and said no. You went charging before. Something they mentioned that you didn't bring up is they said you were in hospital because you were in a car crash. Is that correct?
Yeah, no, I said at the very start. I
Yeah.
was coming there because of the car crash,
Right.
but it wasn't significant wounds.
Okay, well, they think you had a broken leg from the car crash, which is the reason you could not run away when they tried to assault you.
What kind of sentiment is that?
No, they're helping.
Oh,
Right?
Why?
Because if you can't run away because you've got a broken leg and two people attack you, your ability to remove yourself and de-escalate is halved. You can't run. You have to defend yourself because of your injury.
Wait, that's actually genius.
Yes.
That's wrong.
That's why the minute they said it, I was like, yeah. You can't. So they've given us a golden ticket. They're already talking about dropping everything to misdemeanor. I'm pushing for everything to be gone completely. There's no way you are anything other than a victim right now.
Okay, perfect. God
Okay,
damn,
so
that's
we're
smart.
gonna let them finish their chat. I'm confident. I've worked with Maxwell before. She knows what I'm like. If we're gonna get you off, this is the time we get you off with nothing.
Good man, Solomon. Good
Nah,
man.
you're good, mate. You're good. I found my calling in it. I was a good arms dealer, but I'm a better criminal lawyer.
You are an incredible lawyer. I'm so happy you went with this.
Mate, the minute they phoned me and said it, I was at the art gallery. I've got some friends of mine got some art on display, which is why I'm dressed like this right now. But the minute they said your name, I was like, nah, the art gallery. We'll go and get Raymond off.
Good man. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. If they've charged the individuals, I'm going to try and bring up, like trying to get their names just because.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got it. We file a
I mean,
restraint.
one of them went to jail, so
No,
we can check
we-
this paper too.
File a restraining order.
Really?
Yeah. Then we get their names. Then if, I'm just saying, if, anything would have happened to them after the fact, I mean, I wouldn't suggest you do it for obvious reasons, but if someone else was to push them off a cliff, shit happens.
Wait, how does filing a restraining order work?
That's my job. You worry about that. I'm just saying, I'm going to get you the names, you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, I'd love to do that.
Best criminal defense lawyers are the people that used to be criminals, isn't it? Officers?
Oh, I consider myself a pretty fair person, and Cassidy as well. So, because of the second situation,
Yes.
we're gonna go ahead and drop charges for the first situation. But to be honest, if the second situation hadn't happened, you probably still would have been booked for at least assault, and battery. Okay. Just always do your best to get away from situations like that. I understand this time you had a broken leg, but you don't want to be caught stabbing people in front of officers. It's self-defense
There we go.
to fist is kind of harder to prove than self-defense to like a wrench or a knife, right?
I would agree with you, but I was
Yeah.
fearful for my life.
No,
know?
I understand that.
he's getting
I
on, you
do.
know what I mean?
And there was
He's broken
2 to
leg,
3 of
he's old,
them
you know how it is.
Isn't this how we got here to begin with? He was called old, I think, Solomon. So
I'm old as
probably-
well. I can say it because I'm also
Oh,
old.
okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
How old are you?
I'm 40.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Oh, thanks.
You know, I'm
Okay.
32.
Yeah, well, you'll
All right,
be
Mr.
there in
Romanov.
8 years.
Let's grab your stuff out here, okay?
Yeah, but you'll always be 8 years older than
Let's
me.
grab your
That is
stuff at the
true.
desk.
That's true. But I can welcome you to the
Um,
club. You know what I mean?
True.
There you go. You're right, by the way. You're feeling under the weather, a bit limping.
Yesterday was bad. I had a bad day yesterday.
Will you get
And I'll
shot?
give you your knife when we go outside.